What role should healthcare reform play in reproductive rights and gender affirming care? It's not just about hospitals or laws, it's about who gets to feel safe, respected, and cared for in their own body. Reform is supposed to make healthcare fairer and more accessible, but in this case, it also decides whose choices are recognized and whose are ignored. The way we shape healthcare today would define whether it protects people's freedom or limits it. Words hold power, especially when it comes to healthcare. In English and rhetoric, we learn that the way something is said can change how people feel about it. When someone says protection of life, freedom of choice, or gender ideology, those phrases do more than they describe. They persuade. The rhetoric around reproductive rights and gender affirming care shapes how people vote, how laws are written, and even how patients are treated. But language can also heal. When we talk with empathy instead of fear, we open the door to understanding. Healthcare reform needs voices that tell human stories, not just political ones, because how we talk about care shapes who receives it. Biology reminds us that every body is unique, and that healthcare is not one size fits all. Reproductive and gender affirming care rely on understanding hormones, genetics, anatomy, and mental health. In reproductive care, safe access to contraception and pregnancy support reduces complications and improves outcomes. In gender affirming care, research shows that access to hormone therapy and transition related procedures significantly lowers rates of depression and suicide. Science does not make moral judgments, it provides evidence. Healthcare reform should follow that evidence, not silence it. Economics shows that fair healthcare isn't just a moral issue, it's a smart investment. When people can afford care, they stay healthier, miss fewer days of work, and need fewer emergency services. According to studies, preventative and gender affirming healthcare save billions by reducing long term medical and mental health costs. But when reform fails, the costs fall hardest on those least able to pay: young people, low income families, and marginalized groups. An economy is stronger when everyone can participate fully, and that means making sure healthcare reform covers everybody equally. Math might seem distant from healthcare reform, but behind every medical system are algorithms, data models, and networks. Discrete math helps hospitals manage schedules, track supplies, and identify which areas need more clinics. Data can help reform make better decisions, like where to fund mental health programs or expand reproductive services. But numbers can hide inequality. If data leaves out certain groups, policies can overlook them too. Healthcare has to treat data ethically, seeing every number as a person, every statistic as a life. So, what role should healthcare reform play in reproductive rights and gender affirming care? It should lead with science, guided by truth and compassion. It should use math and economics to make care efficient and fair. It should use language that uplifts, not divides. Reform should protect the rights to make personal choices safely, supported by facts and empathy, not fear or politics. The future of healthcare depends on whether we treat people as problems to fix or lives to protect. And if reform truly means progress, then it should bring up every person and everybody forward together.